question's number 58. We're going to go ahead at this point and build the inside of our diff. Let's examine the plastic cages real quick. You'll take a look and they are rounded on one side and flat on the other, and we'll discuss that in a little bit. Also, there is a front that has all the little grooves on it and a back which is flat. We're going to start off with the diff half that has the thicker ears on it, and we're going to go ahead and build the diff inside of this half. First thing that I'd like to do is to take the little metal pieces, these are the cages, and drop them onto the back of the plastic. They just go in there, not on the front but on the back, and drop those down in there. Pieces like to fall all over the place while you're doing this, and sometimes it takes more fingers than you have on a hand to make it properly work. One of the tricks that you can use is to put a little dab of thick grease on the little corners here to help hold these on, but we're not going to do that. We're going to try to bareback it here and just do it as it's shown. Once that those are on, we're going to take our diff, set it down, and grab one of the halves, or one of the four pieces. And again, this is the curved portion that we looked at earlier. The curved portions are going to go up and down. Not to the side, but up and down. Go ahead and pick one of these up and pinch it in your fingers. And grab one of your gears. And that gear is going to lay inside the front. So now we have three pieces. We have our metal, our plastic, and our gear. And again, watch out for this curved piece, needs to go up and down. We're going to lay that into one of the four openings here, and you can go ahead and choose, it doesn't matter which one, with the gear towards the inside. And it's just going to sit in there. We're going to repeat that process for all four. Again, making sure that the curved portion goes towards the top. Sometimes to get them in, because the gears are going to start falling out a little bit, you got to give it a little bit of a wiggle. Here it is so far with three of the four cages in there. You can see how they're all smooth and aligned on the top. You're going to have to keep an eye on that throughout the process. And now we'll put our last one in. And that's how it's going to look. If you want to hold your fingers on these so they don't pop out, you can actually see how that works in there. It's pretty cool. Now we need to insert our pins. If you take a look at the pins, they have a hash mark in there, a little groove. And ultimately, once we're done, is those two grooves are going to sit inside of each other like so. Getting them that way, that's a different story. Fairly simple. We're going to lift up on one portion. You can see how the shaft is going to go through the hole here, but the hole is captured. So we're going to lift up on one section. Hard to do while I'm still letting the camera see. And we're going to slide the pin in. And then wiggle it back down till it sets on there. Just helps hold that pin into position a little bit. Now we're going to go on the other side and lift up until the hole is exposed. And put that shaft through. You can see how it goes in there. Once that shaft is in there, you can go ahead and push those two pieces down so that they're flat again. At this point, let's take a look at the shaft. We've got it pretty good. It's not quite up and down, so we're going to just swivel it around a little bit so that it's up and down. We're going to repeat that process with the second shaft, and sometimes you have to lift up a little bit higher on these so that you can clear that shaft. I'm just going to take one out, drop that pin in, and put it back in again. Going to align the little notch in the shaft so that it's down. Going to come over to the second side, lift up on it. Slide the shaft through. Going to visually look at it again here, make sure that the two notches are on top of each other. I'm going to push down. Now, if they're not quite properly aligned, you can see that this side is sitting up a little bit. One of the tricks is to hold a little bit of pressure on there and spin the diff. And what that'll do is it'll realign everything inside, and it'll look like this. See if we can get a good close-up here. There we go. That's how it works. Pretty simple, actually. Now that we're done with step number 58, we're going to head on over to step number 59 and finish building it. So let's get out all the parts, and I'm going to suggest at this point that you also get some paper towels.